The real reason why you're always tired is because you're eating too much. You're consuming too much. You're overindulging too much. And before you click off the video, I already know, like, we've been taught to eat 5-6 times a day. Right when you rise up, you're supposed to have a meal. Like, that's not facts. And a lot of us is tired or feeling heavy because all we do is eat. All we do is consume. And in reality, you need less. You don't need as much food as you think that you need. I'm currently on day 5 of my juice fast right now, and I feel great, man. It just makes me realize we don't need as much. Like, we've been taught that you have to eat to survive. You have to keep eating and keep consuming to survive. But at what point do we correlate sickness and heaviness with the food? The food is killing us. I'm gonna just say it. The food is keeping us out of our purpose because we feel so tired and so lethargic after. The food is keeping us in this loop. Gluttony is a real thing, man. Gluttony is like a spirit. It's like you never get enough. Like, we've normalized overeating so much that giving your body a break sounds extreme. Anytime I talk about fasting to people look at me crazy, like, why would you go days without food? And it's because I understand the art of fasting, man. Like, our bodies are not designed to constantly consume and eat and eat and eat. Our ancestors didn't even do that, right? Like, our ancestors only ate certain times of the day or certain days of the week. They didn't have food to just feast on all the time. So our makeup is the same. Like, you don't need as much as you think that you need. I'm telling y'all. And when you understand the art of fasting and why your body needs a break, it will change your mindset when it comes down to food. You will understand how food has been probably your biggest distraction. Food is a distraction, I'm telling you. Like, a lot of us, we abuse food. And the reason being is because of the chemicals that's in the food, the fact that these foods got all these labels and these big words that we may not understand. Gluttony is one of the enemy's favorite way to keep somebody out of purpose or to keep them distracted. Because people don't think that food is really bad. You know, it's just food. But, like, to be honest, like, if you're always consuming, if you're always eating, if you're always indulging, when do you have time to really do what God called you to do? That's how I look at it, you know? So when I talk about fasting, man, I talk about it in a way because fasting is a superpower. When you understand fasting, it's like you can break anything off you. You can reclaim your life, you know? A lot of us get lost to certain vices and certain habits and are afraid to fast from it, especially food. Like, food is a vice, I'm telling you. That sugar, I'm guilty. I'm not even gonna sit here and hold y'all. Like, sugar be having me in a chokehold, but that's why I fast. I understand the art of fasting. So in today's video, we're gonna get into it. You know, we're gonna talk about why your body needs a break and why we need to normalize fasting. Why you don't need to consume all the time, right? It's okay to go without because you're not gonna die. Like, I know it feels like it's normal to just eat all day and that's normal, right? And maybe that has been your normal, but if you watch this video all the way through, I'm gonna challenge you on some things. You know, I want to kind of open your mind and just see, like, if you've ever thought of it from a different point of view. All right, so anyways, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the video. It's your girl T Profits, and today we're gonna talk about fasting. We're gonna talk about why you need to give your body a break. We're gonna talk about the real reason why you're probably tired and distracted is because you probably eating too much. You feel me? Like, right now as we speak, I'm on day 5 of my cleanse. Look, I got my juice with me. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, and I feel great. I feel like my God self, you know? Like, when you're able to disconnect from the food and from the vices and just tap into your supernatural spirit, it's like you be on a whole different vibration. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, fasting is not going to be easy. You might have your moments, but every time you overcome that challenge, I'm telling you, it's like you tap into a higher frequency of yourself, a higher vibration. When you're around those people who are eating low vibrational foods and you're able to say no, that's how you build that confidence and that discipline in yourself. Fasting is like a multi-dimensional thing to want to master, because once you master fasting, I really believe that it's nothing that you can't accomplish. So point number 1, the reason why your body needs a break is because your digestive system, it needs to rest, okay? Like, we were not meant to eat and consume all day. We are not meant to just have food in our body all day. Our bodies work the best when they have a break. When you constantly just putting food into your body, like, Your body don't have time to think or process what it just put in there, and then you just put more food on top. That's why a lot of us, like when you eat foods or certain foods, you might get headaches, you might feel heavy, and you might feel tired because you just overloaded your system. Especially with the processed foods and the sugars, like that's a whole nother topic. But like all the chemicals that they put in this food, it's impacting us, yo. And I really believe that it's designed to keep us out of our purpose, to keep us disconnected from our higher self. I'm guilty of it. Like, I know, like, when I'm overeating and I'm over consuming and I'm just putting all this toxic food into my body, I literally get headaches. I literally get fatigued. Like, I don't feel good, you know? And I be feeling like when you're constantly eating, like, I really believe that, especially when you're eating the wrong foods. Let me specify. When you're eating the wrong foods, I feel like it definitely plays a toll on your mental health because of the chemicals and the things that they're adding to the food, like the hormones and all those things. It's altering your God state. You have to understand that, like, digestion, it requires energy. It requires energy to break down the food. So if you're constantly breaking down food all day, if your body's constantly trying to process what the hell you just ate because you done ate something that's crazy, where's all your energy really going? Like, if you really think about it, if we only have so much energy in a day and we need energy to be on our purpose, if you're constantly eating the worst of the worst foods and your body's taking up all that energy just to break down what you just ate, and as soon as they break it down, you're putting something else in you need a break. But you have to also understand, where's all my energy going? It's not that you're tired or you're lazy. You're eating too much. You're over consuming and overindulging way too much. Less is more. I know we've been taught to think that if we don't eat as much, that we're not gonna survive. You gonna survive. You for sure gonna survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to train your body that it needs less. It don't need as much. Like, every night we go to sleep, right? But we don't want to give our bodies the same type of rest. Like, your body, it needs time to recharge. When you stop eating the food and you give your body time to just disconnect for a second, it gives your cells a chance to, like, just regenerate. Think about all the stuff you done put in your body, all the years of abuse, like all that stuff, it catch up to you. When you're not eating as much, you do have more time. You have way more energy. You have so much more. You have to understand that, like, less is more. When you're not consuming and putting all this food and all this toxic stuff into your body has more time to do what it needs to do, which gives you more energy to create what you want to create. And that leads me to the second point. Fasting creates space for purpose. And what I mean by that, when you decide to push the plate back, when you say no to your cravings and to your addictions, it opens up a new energy field, right? It's like when you fast from your vices or for the things that keep you vibrating lower, you get more of your time back. And when you have your time back, you can do anything in this world. You can create anything in this world, right? Because you have your time back. You're not sitting here thinking about food or thinking about what you're gonna cook, or your body don't have to worry about breaking the food down. And that's why I believe in fasting so much, because I feel like when you fast, when you push your plate back, it's a way for you to connect with your spiritual self. It's a way for you to quiet down the noise and quiet down the distractions and really think. A lot of us can't think because we're so compromised by the food. Guilty. I was guilty. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Like, I remember when, like, even before this fasting I'm doing, I just moved, right? So I'm moving, I'm doing all these things, and I remember just feeling super, like, clouded because I'm just, first of all, I'm eating bad, and then on top of that, my body's having a hard time breaking all this crazy stuff down. It left me little to no room to create or to think, you know what I'm saying? And when you're eating low vibrational foods, I really believe that it keeps you in the survival of energy, right? It keeps you in that survival type of state, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when you fast and when you say no to the distractions of food, it opens up your time. And when you have time and you have a clear mind, you can literally do whatever you want to do. You got to understand that consumption, it takes time, but creation, it takes space, right? And when you quiet down the noise and when you self-regulate, you have so much more that you can do, whatever you want to do. I really believe that fasting, like, if you ever met somebody that went on a fast and after a fast, their life got better, their life felt more purposeful, because you actually have time to deal with the emotions that you've suppressed. A lot of us, man, we eat to suppress our emotions, but when you fast, a lot of those emotions come up. a lot of the old stuff come up. And sometimes that's what makes fasting feel difficult, right? Because you are dealing with suppressed emotions, but you can't heal what you can't feel. Like literally, if you can't feel it, it's going to be impossible to heal it. So sometimes when you're fasting, you might feel like you're going through like a crisis, but to be honest, like, you got to go through the pain to get to the purpose. Fasting is a great way to just kind of like really connect with yourself, you know? And when you feel more connected to yourself, when your life is quieter, your purpose gets louder. Like when I stop eating, when I stop consuming and eating what everybody else is eating, it separates me because now I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. And it gives me more time to focus on me. It gives me more time to focus on God. It gives me more time to hear from God, right? Like, food is just such a distraction because it just keeps us like almost like an addict. Like we're so addicted and we depend on this food so much to the point where it takes away from our spiritual self. We don't make time to pray. We don't make time to connect. And when you fast, when you take that food out, it's easier to connect because you're not worried about food no more. Food is not even a factor no more. So it just gives you more time to do the things that you may want to do for yourself already. Like, I hear a lot of people want to be in their purpose. They want to feel more connected. They want to spend more time with God. But when you put all that bad stuff into your body and now you acting different, or you're not acting like yourself, or you might be tired or just consumed and compromised, it's harder to get in that flow or that feminine state, if that makes sense, right? So just understand that, like, when you do your fast, like, it's going to create space for your purpose. You know, it's going to give you time to think about your life. Think about maybe some things that you did in the past that you may not want to repeat, or think about how you want to go forward with your life. You know, the last point I want to make is that fasting builds discipline. Okay, fasting is a great way to rebuild yourself and rebrand yourself. Like, fasting is a great way to build self-trust. You know, when you're able to tell yourself no, when you're able to push away the plate, when you're able to say no to your cravings and overcome your environment, that's how you build the new self. When you have your old self staring at you in the mirror and you want to go back to the things that make you feel comfortable, but you can tell that old self no and choose your new self, it's a great way to build discipline. And I think fasting is a great way to super track that, right? Because that's why it's called fasting to begin with. It's fasting because it can help you fast forward your life. You know, when you put down devices, when you say no to the things that are keeping you stuck or keeping you in the loop, you know, when you show up for your new self and you choose your new self over and over again, it's a great way to fast track your life, right? Like, and fasting is not always about food or just saying no to these vices. It's just about you learning how to choose your new self, right? And that's why I fast a lot, because I understand that, like, life do get in the way. We do have stressors, and sometimes it feel easier to go back to the old self. You know, it feels familiar, it feels safe, and it's a very weird feeling to go back to something that feels familiar and safe, but it's constantly causing harm, you know? And that's the loop that I always talk about in my videos about breaking the pattern of being the old self. Fasting is a great way to do that because you're literally forced to say no to things that have helped you cope before. Like, for me, food has helped me cope through some of my toughest seasons, right? So naturally, when I feel stressed or I'm having a hard time, my first response is to go back to what felt comfortable. But if I'm eating these foods, they're lowering my vibration, or they're draining my energy. I don't want to create because I'm so heavy. All I want to do is sleep. You know, I feel lazy. Then it's really causing more harm, right? So when you fast, it builds that discipline. You know, it's a way to kind of like redo your foundation. You know, if you ever wanted to build yourself up, I always recommend that you start with a fast, because it's a great way to rebuild the foundation, set the environment. You know, like, fasting is a great way to build character. You know, it shows you and proves to you that you can overcome your emotions. A lot of us, we only fall into temptation or old patterns because we can't overcome those emotions in the moment. And when you fast, you realize that, like, you may have that trigger, right? But it will pass. Like, I've noticed, even with my fast right now, I've noticed that I have moments where I am triggered, where I want to go and have certain foods, or I want to give into temptation. But I realize, like, every thought doesn't deserve a response, you know? Sometimes, man, the thoughts that's on your mind is just an old paradigm. It's the subconscious mind doing what it always does, right? And sometimes the best thing that we can do is just simply observe our thoughts, right? Like let yourself think about it, because sometimes your thoughts are just like automatic. You can't control what pops up, but you don't have to react to it. You don't have to react to it, you know? And I think a lot of times, like, when we're kind of like on this subconscious like loop, we just wake up and react. We don't even think. We don't take time to respond. We just react, you know? And that's what keeps us in this loop. So I feel like fasting just helps me slow down and analyze how I want to show up, you know, because I do still have those triggers. I have those moments where I want certain things, but one, I'm fasting, so I can't have it. But two, it helps me realize, like, oh, this is just a thought, you know, this is just something that popped up in my head. It doesn't mean I have to choose that reality. I don't have to give into that, right? So yeah, I really think that fasting is a great way for you to kind of learn yourself. Like, you get to see who you really are, you know, because ultimately temptation don't stop when you fast. If anything, it might even feel more intense, right? But it's a great way to prove to yourself you're exactly who you said you are. So overall, this video was just meant to let you guys know the supernatural powers of fasting. Man, fasting is a great way to just super fast track your life, like, you know, and to really break the spirit and break the addictions off you, you know, because a lot of us is addicted. I know that I am. I still have my struggles, and that's why I do fast, you know. But as I told you guys, I'm on day 5 of my juice cleanse today, and this was just on my heart to share, you know. If you're struggling with something, if you need like mental clarity, or you're looking for a breakthrough in your life, I encourage you to fast. I encourage you to push your plate or to push your vice away, you know. Understand that, like, our mind and our bodies are connected, you know. A lot of the things that we're feeling up here is because of what we're putting into our bodies, you know. So if you're able to control what you can eat, you can control how you think. I'm telling y'all, like, they don't want y'all to know this, though. They don't want y'all to know that everything is connected. You know, you are what you eat. That's really a saying, you know. And I used to feel like, man, I can eat however I want, until I really start paying attention to how it would make me feel. And I'm like, man, I feel so different when I fast. Even though I have my cravings at times, and I might have a little bit of like things that I deal with when I fast, like, overall my mental health is a lot lighter. I feel just better, you know. Physically, I feel better overall, you know. I don't deal with inflammation and bloating. And when you feel better in your body, it's just easier for you to do better. It's easier for you to think clearer, because you don't have all that stuff trying to pass through your body, you know. So if you came across this video, I encourage you to fast from something, you know. Food is the number one thing I fast from, but you can fast from other things as well. But if you're struggling with food, or like a food addiction, or you just feel like, you know, you use food as a coping mechanism, I encourage you to fast, you know. And I'm gonna start making more content on fasting, because it is a law that I live by. You know, I believe in the power of fasting, because it's helped me out in my life so much, you know, from just being able to manifest things, being able to heal. Like, a lot of my healing journey came from me fasting and praying, you know, really pushing away my plate so I can feel more spiritually connected, you know. Because again, food is a distraction, you know. They don't want y'all to know that, but I'm gonna tell y'all that food is a distraction. So if you came across this video, I encourage you to fast. I encourage you to push that plate away. I encourage you to start like a juice cleanse, or a water fast, or a fruit fast, and take care of your health. You know, like, when you take care of your physical health, that is the best way to take care of your mental health as well, because everything is connected, you know. So that's all I really got for y'all today. I hope you guys found value in this video. Go check out some of my other videos. I have topics on all type of stuff, you know. And as we continue to grow on this channel, I'm going to continue to talk about more things, and just open up my life, and continue to be transparent, you know, because we all on this journey together. Like, I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying, but I want to share my journey in hopes of helping the next person, in hopes of inspiring the next person, you know what I'm saying. So if you found value in this video, go ahead and drop a comment below. I get back to everybody who comments. I appreciate the love. It definitely keeps me going, keeps me motivated, and it helps me know that none of this work is going in vain. So hit me up in the comment section. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and stay tapped in, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace and love. I'm out.